Okay. The outline of my presentation is I'll give some background information or introduction of our research. Then we look at the problem statement, then methodology, findings and discussion, and we finalize with the recommendations. Actually, when we talk of ASD, the relationship between mental health problems, autism spectrum disorder, and challenging behavior among children and adolescents is complex and multifaceted. And research has suggested that behaviors associated with distress can occur in the absence of mental illness, as it has been said by Penn and Salsa 2022. And that not all children with the ASD exhibit challenging behavior. Maximilian has already noted that. Comorbidity between mental health issues and ASD is on the rise, and the high rates of psychiatric comorbidity have been found among individuals with ASD. Schulter noted shows that 10 to 20% of school-aged children have some kind of mental health. And the mental health profile of children with autism is believed to differ from that of typically developing children, necessitating interventions and support services. Learning methods and cognitive profile of children and adolescents with ASD challenge professionals' belief about teaching and learning for children with ASD, as already also noted by Gomez, Mariette, 2022. While it's acknowledged that there is little evidence to suggest that many of the challenging behaviors seen in people with developmental disabilities are underpinned by problems of mental ill health, according to Trader, researchers are at pains to make qualified conclusions because of limitations in the quality and scope of existing research. It is in the light of this limited medical knowledge on the comorbidity of mental health issues and the challenging behavior that this study was carried out to increase this body of knowledge. Once we look at the DSM-5, as already pointed out by my colleague, it altered the classification and diagnostic criteria, defining ASD as a neurodevelopmental condition defined by behavior. This deliberately positions difficult behavior as the primary diagnostic indicator of ASD. Parents and practitioners as a result find themselves struggling with interventions to help children with ASD, monitoring their progress at the same time, paying for interventions, creating a controlled environment conducive to learning, and providing support based on children's level of comprehension and functional ability involving. Hence, it drains a lot of their time and, of course, their money. Teachers there who work with students exhibiting behaviors associated with distress have reported experiencing anger, irritation, worry, and distress. Children are seen as a major cause of tremendous stress in the lives of educators as a result of these behaviors. And many parents of children with ASD experience additional parenting challenges as a result of the principal areas of impairment and sensory impairments of their child or their children. So as a result of that, we carried out a study in the western part of Kenya. The target population was 3,490. The sample size was 1047 from this 490. 1047 comprising of that 8 assessment staff, the one who assesses these various disabilities, 27 mental health workers from hospitals, 548 regular teachers, 294 teachers from special schools, and 140 teachers from special units for children with ASD. We used stratified and purposeful sampling techniques were used to sample the 1047 respondents. Interviews were carried out with special education teachers, while structured questionnaires were responded to by regular and special unit teachers, health workers, and assessment staff. Test yielded a coefficient of 0.78, while propagation ability coefficient was at 0.830, meaning that the instruments were reliable. I'm only going to give an overview of one of the major findings, the correlation between perception of challenging behavior and behavior management strategy. When we used Pearson, the perception of challenging behavior was seen to be negative, that's poor. You can see it's minus 1.1, minus 0.163, which is negatively associated with behavior management strategies. When we use the regression model, the findings show that challenging behavior perception have a negative effect on behavior management strategies. As a result, we realize that there are challenging behaviors and the behavior management strategies, as I've already said, negatively associated with the perception of challenging behavior. Challenging behavior perceptions have a negative significant effect on behavior management strategies, shown by Beta 1.63.
We can move to the conclusion, whereby we have seen that challenging behavior has a negative significant correlation with the issues of mental health. And based on that, there's need for multidisciplinary synergy in developing effective challenging behavior programs for children and adolescents with autistic spectrum disorders. And these, we suggest, can be done through education and mental health stakeholders working together with the other practitioners to help improve on challenging behavior management. Recommendations. The finding indicated that significant signs of comorbidity between mental health problems and autistic spectrum disorders. And to address this challenge, there is need for multidisciplinary engagement between practitioners to develop a synergy where mental health issues affecting learners with autism are holistically addressed. Then practitioners should be adequately trained on comorbidity of challenging behavior, autistic spectrum disorders, special needs, and identifiable markers of autistic spectrum disorders. Thank you. That is our presentation.